and welcome to the world of Mattias. Today we're going to upgrade this very cheap Strat copy that I got from Gear for Music. I have made two videos previously on this one. First just an unboxing and a sound demo, and then a video about how it looks like underneath the paint, and I had done a complete teardown of the guitar. Now I want to upgrade this guitar a little bit, and I thought of what I could do with it. Of course I could just lacquer it in another color, but that was a little bit, I think, a little bit boring. I thought about it. This wood is incredibly light, it's very soft, so I thought maybe I should finish it with some fire. I don't know how this is going to burn, but let's just try it out. You should not try this out at home. I'm doing this for you. But let's just try it and see where we end up. I think it could be good. All right, cool. I think that yielded some quite interesting result. Now let's just let this sit and cool off over here, and we can move on to the neck. Obviously I'm not going to do anything on the fretboard, but let's see what I can do on the maple bit. All right, I think that's pretty cool, ain't it? So now I'm just gonna have to sand this to take off all the parts that's not sitting there. And then maybe we can even lacquer it and get a real cool finish. We will see. Also the neck came out quite good. Either way, it will be kind of a cool guitar, I think. A burnt guitar, a Firecaster maybe. But I think we can just use something like this. This is a plastic brush. Yeah, so it became kind of cool. I think maybe I have to go over it one more time. Just pull off some extra bits here from the grain filler that I couldn't remove before, or that I missed. Just take that off and then just burn it again. But as you can see, you can maybe see some of the wood grain here. It looks kind of nice, doesn't it? With maybe a thin coat of lacquer on top. I think it would make quite a nice guitar. So I've sanded the guitar down and I have painted it. No, I'm not painted it, I have lacquered it. And I lacquered it with, where is it? Nitrolax matte spray. And I just did one layer because this body just soaked up the lacquer. So I just did one thick layer of this, and yeah, it worked great. So you won't get dirty when you touch the guitar or the neck. So yeah, and it looks, I think it looks awesome. So what we are going to do now is we're going to put this together and we are going to do some small upgrades with it, but we are not going to put any money in it really. I really love Alnico pickups, so I'm going to swap out the pickups to Alnico. I have a pre-wired Music Lily pickguard here, which I bought for another project. The only thing I've used for it is actually the covers for the pickups. So this is going to go on just as it is. I think it looks quite nice. This is just a coincidence, but just a little nod to Milehouse on his Gibson that he did, if you're watching. That was a great looking guitar. It's going to get on here. Also have the back plate for that one, and it's 3 layers, and it's yeah, it's this old vintage white, so very nice there. So I'm not going to be using the old pickups or the old pickguard here, which I thought was actually rubbish. But I'm going to use the neck plate, and I'm going to use the bridge, the output jack, the tremolo system and all of that. I'm going to change out the tuners because those were really cheap. I have some here. I don't know what the brand is. I really can't remember, but they feel really, really good. But I'm going to change out the knobs on them. So I'm going to use these Pearloid instead, this Pearloid, just to give it a nice touch. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on here and I'm going to let you hear how it sounds. So yeah, it'll be great. I think that this will turn out to be a nice looking guitar. This is a guitar that I'm not going to sell. This is just a fun project that I did on a cheap guitar. So this is just going to hang around here in the workshop, just as an example of what you can do with a guitar if you want to and how it turns out. The neck actually turned out maybe better than the body because the neck is a little harder wood here. It took the flames a little better. The wood in the guitar body, yeah, it really got hurt by the flames. So, but yeah, you can think that that's cool also, so yeah. But let's put it together. There we go, a bone nut. Very nice. Now it's time to do the electronic parts. And yeah, as I said, I have a pre-wired Music Lily pickguard here. And I gotta tell you that the quality of the pickguard, it feels much nicer than the one that came on this guitar. This is also Alnico 5 pickups. It has the small pots, no problem with that. The little green pills, no problem with that. And this one is exactly the same as the other one. So yeah, not very high quality, but it will work fine. These are the only wires that you have to solder. And you have 3 wires. You have 2 reds and 1 white. The white is the signal, and the red in this case is actually earth. So yeah, or ground. These 2 are going to the output jack. One to the signal output. The signal output is here, and the other one to ground, which is here. So that's easy. And this one is going to the back of the guitar on the tremolo system, just to ground it. And then that will ground the whole guitar. So we can start by just leading these wires to where they are going to be placed. So these are going into the output jack here. it won't fit, so I have to do something about that. So I think the problem is up here, so I have to take off the neck again and see if I can fit it without the neck on, and then I can make the adjustments. It fits there, but it's a little bit big here, so I have to take off some of the parts here. But I'm going to put it on. Let's just do this with the Dremel. So let's see if it fits now. You can see. And now it fits good. It fits well, very well. So let's put this neck back on. And while we're here, we can solder this one. Like so. Let's put this on. There you go. Yeah, so the fretboard was really rough when I got the guitar, so I'm thinking I'm going to just try to smoothen that out, and also polishing the frets here. Now I don't know what I'm going to, what will happen when I start rubbing this fretboard. Is this just a dark color on the fretboard, or I don't know what it is. So I'm going to do this with some steel wool and see if I can get it just a little bit nicer. Yeah, that's a big difference. So not that hard to do. And now I'm going to hit this with the fertilizer system. And it's basically these items that you get when you buy from fertilizer. This is the polishing block that you use. I'm just going to polish up these frets. You do that by using different kinds of grids on the sandpaper. And this is like, they are leathery, so it's not paper like that. And you can wash these as well. You start with the 1500, you move over to the 2400, over to the 4000, and you finish up with 8000. And if you do that, your frets will be very shiny. So you put it on the block, the polishing block, like this. So let's just let that sit and soak in for a while, and we can put on the tuning machines. So what I will do first is I want to change the knobs here into perloid, just to make it a little bit more interesting. These have been sitting around in my drawer for a very long time, so let's just use them. And that's not hard. You just take your tuning peg, and there's a screw up here. Unscrew it. And then it's off like that. And you have two grooves here. So it's flat on each side here, and it's rounded off. And you have correspondent things here in the knob. So you just line that up, put in the screw and tighten it up. So don't tighten it too much, because then it will be very, very hard to turn, and not too loose, because then it will be very loose to turn. So yeah, you will find the way you want it best. Now let's just wipe down this fretboard to get all of the excess oil off, and then we can string it, and then we have to find some knobs here, and then we can play it. Yeah, that fretboard feels 100% better now that I have polished it. And as you saw, it doesn't take a lot of time, just maybe 5-10 minutes, and you have a completely different fretboard. Yeah, so look at that. Very nice frets. And quite nice fretboard as well. It's composite, but as I said before, but yeah, it feels good now. So yeah, we're going to have to put on some knobs here. And of course, being who I am, I have a lot of knobs, so let's just try out some. The obvious choice would be to go for the black ones, like so. That's a good choice. That's a nice choice. But I can also go for maybe the Gibson style. That's nice as well. That's cool as well. That's cool as well. Yeah, so let's just go with the black Gibson style. And we have to have a knob here. A cream one. Or the black one. Yeah, I will go with the black. Yeah, look at that. Looks awesome, doesn't it?